All right, well, if you're new to this channel and this video got your attention, then you're in for a treat. This video is all about my mission to get around the beautiful Lake Tahoe in one day on as many mountain bike trails as possible. And this is all in an effort to raise money for cancer research. So I'll put a link in the description below that will take you directly to a GoFundMe that sends money to the American Cancer Society for research. If you don't know much about Lake Tahoe, it is one of the deepest and most beautiful lakes in North America, in my opinion. It also has one of the best trail networks around. The Tahoe Rim Trail is approximately 170 miles that traverses around the whole extent of Lake Tahoe, but unfortunately it's not all accessible to mountain bikes. So in my mission, I'm going to ride as many of those trails that are legally available to ride on bikes, and we're going to show you what that looks like. So come along for the adventure. Wow, Maggie's Peak. It's a Caspian Rim Trail. It's bad. Actually almost perfect. It's time to get the climb on. Hello! We made it! Yes! Alright, it's official. 100 miles, my first century. Alright, so really all of summer had been leading up to this moment, the first weekend in September, and initially I had set up my big goal to do an Everesting attempt. But ultimately, through the months, and in the month of May I climbed 15,000 feet. In the month of June I did 50,000 feet. And as I was doing more training and more climbing, I realized the idea of just going up and down on one trail was not very enticing to me. So we shifted focus and changed it to this goal of riding around Lake Tahoe. And the reason for doing this fundraiser is because my family has been greatly impacted, unfortunately, by cancer. My dad has had 4 different types of cancer. My father-in-law, Ed, has recently gone through cancer treatment for esophageal cancer, and my wife has had cancer. So it deeply impacts me and my family, and I wanted to do something to try to raise money for cancer research. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. It's gonna be a long day, but I'm super excited for it. We're gonna get a super early start, probably getting up around 1 a.m. and hopefully on the road by 2, so I'll see you in the morning. All right, well, we've made the morning. We didn't sleep a ton, but it's 2 o'clock on the dot, and it's time to get this party started. All right, we're heading out to the bike, and we'll check out the rig. All right, so we got a backlight, and we got some lights on the front, and we're set to go. So let's hit the road. So we're starting out. We are heading down towards the airport. It is kind of freaky riding in the woods at night, that's for sure. All right, guys. You can see almost the full moon behind me. So we got that out at the moment, giving us a little extra light. We're making our way up towards Emerald Bay. Wow, Maggie's Peak. The beautiful Emerald Bay in the dark. All right, we are an hour and a half in, 15 miles, 1,500 feet climbed. And man, it's pretty out right now. Meeks Bay, here we are. The Tahoe Market. We are making our way up towards the Caspian Rim Trail that will then connect us to the Stanford Rock Trail. Oh, we're at the top of the Caspian Rim Trail. We're going to start our downhill on the Stanford Rock and head into Tahoe City, and hopefully we'll have light before you know it. All right, Stanford Rock descent. We've got 31 miles and 3,500 feet of climbing so far. So I wanted to take a brief pause in the video and You know, unfortunately, the GoPro just couldn't pick up enough light to really show what it was like riding in the dark. But I can tell you, it actually made me want to do this in the future, but maybe with somebody else on a different trail. But anyway, it was a highlight of the trip, and you'll just have to take my word for it. It was exhilarating, got the adrenaline going, and super, super fun. So this water crossing really caught me off guard. I was coming down pretty quick and almost went into the water without even knowing there was a water crossing here, but we were able to make our way safely across, and we were almost to Page Meadows.
I'm happy to say for the first time today, we are on the Tahoe Rim Trail. I've never been on this section. It's called the Flintstones. It's rated black. It's still kind of very early dawn. It's just after 6 a.m. It's definitely been the coldest so far. I think it's about 44 degrees, so not too bad. Actually almost perfect. I'm excited for sunrise. Should be right next actually to the Truckee River. Nice. The sketchy morning ride is over. We've made it here to the Truckee River in Tahoe City just in time for sunrise, and it is beautiful. Just in time for sunrise. It's a little update on stats. We're 40 miles in, about 4,100 feet. And now we're about to start heading up towards Watson Lake and eventually Brockway Summit, which will be the first stop where Bree, Sean, and Andrea meet. I guess we're now climbing on a trail called the Angry Bear. First rays of light hitting the trees above me. It is beautiful. It's time to get the climb on. Here we go. So as we make our way up to Watson Lake, we're getting closer to being kind of under North Star, actually, the ski area, mountain bike area in the summer. And yeah, this trail is really nice. I'm enjoying it. A little downhill action.
The section of trails above Tahoe City has me really excited to actually devote more time to coming to the North Shore to ride bikes, because the trails up there seemed there was so many trails, first of all, and then second, just the quality of trails was really, really good.
All right, we are back on the Tahoe Rim Trail. We got 5 miles to Watson Lake and 11 miles to Brockway Summit. Wow, it is beautiful up here. Alright, we're definitely getting in a more cliffy section here. We reached a Pretty cool viewpoint here. We're almost up to Watson Lake. This climb definitely proved harder than I was expecting. We have crested the saddle and we're just cruising down towards Watson Lake now. We have finally found Watson Lake. Small, but pretty. So, just got off the phone with Bree, Sean, and Andrea, Willow, and Miley, and I think they just got up to Brockway, and I got maybe a mile, maybe 2 miles. So, not sure how much is up, down, flat. So, could be a couple minutes if it's downhill, or it could be 20 if it's uphill. We shall see. A little loose. Ooh. All right, I think I see our vehicle. Hello, hello. Hello, Willow. Hello, Miley. Pretty good until the last mile, and it got unrideable uphill, so it was a lot of hike bike, but overall pretty good.
We've got our support crew. We got Miley, Andrea, and Sean. All right. It's been a speedy stop, refueling, rewatering, change of clothes. Where are we going next?
Well, the next section goes into the Mountain Rose Wilderness, so we can't bike on that trail. So we'll be interweaving between bike trails and housing developments and roads until we get over towards Highway 431.
All right, Sean's going to be joining Dan for the next section. Are you ready, Sean?
I'm ready.
All right, so that was a good pit stop. Sean is joining me for this section. So we're just cruising on some Forest Service roads in between Kings Beach and Incline. I have no idea where we are or what trail this is, but it looks interesting. This is nice, dude. That's good. You're good. Oh, hi, bud. Are you a puppy? You're a puppy. This is crazy.
The section of trail between Brockway Summit and Incline was definitely not what I was expecting. It turned into kind of, they were legitimate trails. They were on the map, but many times we couldn't even see where they started when we come up to the junction. And then you kind of start down it, what kind of just felt like you were bushwhacking with your bike, but eventually you kind of found the trail. It seemed legitimate enough and you were right on the map, so you just kept going. The trails were super steep, super narrow, a bit exposed, and it really added to the adventure. I was not expecting that at all. And we actually had made the decision to not quite go all the way to Mount Rose Summit, just kind of looking at time and just kind of how the legs were feeling, and made a judgment call to come down and meet up with the girls over at a gas station in Incline Village.
We're in Monte Carlo, Santa Monica. Look at these houses. Mansions. No, actually we're in Incline Village.
All right, we're in Incline Village. How was that last section?
It was the skinniest, gnarliest trail.
All right, how many miles have you done so far, Dan?
67 with 8,300 feet.
All right, how much left to go?
I don't know. A lot.
All right, Bree is joining Dan. He's ridden more than he's ever ridden in his entire life.
Yeah, and I still got 50 plus miles to go.
You got it.
How are you feeling, Bree?
I'm not looking forward to biking on the road, but that's all right. I'm pretty fresh compared to Dan. So.
Yeah, unfortunately the Flume Trail is closed, so we got to ride the road section. So
Yeah, so hopefully.
just time to giddy up.
You guys got this.
You got this.
We are now on the beautiful East Shore bike trail heading towards Sand Harbor because the Flume Trail is closed, unfortunately. The classic turquoise blue of Lake Tahoe and the ever crazy busy Sand Harbor.
It is very hot, and Dan's found the single patch of shade on the side of the road.
I want to go so bad
right now, man.
I could use that lake water so bad.
All right, Dan's made it to Spooner Summit. How you doing?
I'm pretty tired.
Getting
But
pretty tired. How
that's
far have
a-
you gone?
80 miles, 10,000 feet.
Okay. He's using his foam roller, stretch out. And then the next leg is going to be with Sean again, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty fun one once you get to the bench, but we got about, I think it's a 2,300 foot climb straight away, so.
Right. Sweet. You got it. Home stretch.
Gift for you. We're making our way up towards the bench, and I am getting a little delirious. We've been out, let's see, 12 hours, 52 minutes, 83 and a half miles, almost 11,000 feet of change. Let's keep going. I'm grateful the smoke held off for today. It's just hazy, but nothing too bad. And then we just gotta get up to those rocks up there and then traverse for a short little while, and we'll be at the bench. We made it, yes. Finally made it to the bench. Thank you, sir. Last high point, and I can see South Lake. Let's do it. Oh, jeez. Yeehaw!
So after leaving the bench, this section of the Tahoe Rim Trail is actually free from rocks, and so it's super fun, fast and flowy, so we took advantage, cruising down, making our way towards the Kingsbury Stinger Trail. But before you know it, you enter a section of the Tahoe Rim Trail that is like most other sections, that becomes very rocky, very technical, and is a bit more of a traverse. So the main focus here was just not to get hurt. And it, after I think we're closing in on 90 miles and 12 to 13,000 feet of climbing at this point in time, so I did not want to finish the day with me or Sean getting hurt on this section of trail.
Oh, there it is, our last true downhill trail of the day, the Stinger Trail. We made it. Welcome to the Kingsbury Stinger Trail. I love this section of Stinger. The man, Sean, smashing the trails today. Hey man, well done. Well done. That feels so good to have all the not scary, but descending on, when you're fatigued, that you could get hurt. So we're done with that. We're gonna bike back to the Powerline Trail, head home. I'm ready to be done. All right, we're going through the casino corridor. Official, 100 miles, my first century, 16 hours, 3 minutes, 12,000 feet of climbing, and cruising back home on the Powerline Trail. You ready? The good old Powerline Trail. Just gotta pedal home.
Boys, around the Powerline Trail home stretch. How are you doing?
We're survival mode.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Let's go.
I'll follow behind. Nice work, Sean. I'm sure.
think it was at this point in time, it just fully dawned on me that one, I was going to finish this whole adventure and get the objective done. But at the same time, as much as I am an objective and a goal-based person, that I realized that it wasn't about just finishing the objective. Put everything together, everything that happened throughout the day, riding in the dark, seeing the support crew for the first time, riding with Sean, riding with Bree, seeing all the beautiful trails, the lake, the rivers, the steam rising early in the morning, that's when it hit me, that it was all about the journey. Oh yeah, we're almost back to Coal Creek. I know it. I know it, I know it. Ah, the rush of Coal Creek. Yeah, buddy.
All right, nice work. Home stretch.
No shame in pushing.
No shame in pushing.
So we saw the first rays of light this morning over in Tahoe City, and now here on the South Shore we are seeing the last rays of light. I think we'll get home before the sun goes down, or just as it does.
This hill is a beast after any decent ride, let alone mountain biking around the lake contrails. I'm so proud of this man. All right, Dan, any thoughts before the last push?
Just got the home street to climb. It was an amazing day, riding around Emerald Bay in the dark, to then getting above Homewood and doing the Caspian Rim to Stanford Rock Trail in the dark. It was so cool. I was scared, I'm not gonna lie. That was the thing I was scared the most about of this day, was riding in the dark in the thick of the woods by myself. But we did that, got to Tahoe City, saw some cool trails, and then had adventures with my wife and our two good friends, Sean and Andrea. We made it all the way around the lake. Feels so good to have set a goal and then to get it done. So. Made it home, final stats, 17 hours, 16 minutes, almost 107 miles, and just over 13,000 feet of climbing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you at the next one.
I also wanted to say a huge thanks to my support crew, Bree, Sean, and Andrea. You don't even know how much it means that you spent your day to come around the lake with me, and there's no way I could have done it without you. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I just have a few other people to thank for helping me in this mission. One of them being my neighbor Pablo. He was able to connect me with Chris McNamara, who gratefully sent me some helpful links and tools to basically connect some of the trails that they had ridden in their mission around the lake. And lastly, thank you to everybody who's already donated towards my fund and anybody who decides to help out in the fight for cancer research. Thanks again.